This is a story about a great hunter who ate a forbidden fruit in the forest and turned into a tree. In a peaceful Yoruba village surrounded by thick forest and red soil, there lived a young man called Ola. The village was quiet. Mud houses stood close to one another. Palm trees danced with the wind. At night, crickets sang. In the morning, the smell of firewood filled the air. Ola was born and raised in this village. But Ola was not an ordinary man. He was a hunter. Not just a hunter, he was the pride of the village. From far and near, people spoke of him with respect. His name traveled from mouth to mouth. Even in neighboring villages, elders mentioned his name during evening talks. If Ola enters the bush, they said, animals tremble. The forest knows his footsteps. Any day Ola went hunting, he never returned empty-handed, never. He came back with bushmeat, antelope with shining horns, fat grass cutters tied with rope, wild boars that took many men to carry. His aim never failed. His arrow spoke once, his gun spoke once, and the animal fell. People believed Ola's eyes were sharper than an eagle's. Some said he could smell danger before it came. Others whispered that the forest spirits guided him. When Ola returned from the bush, children ran to greet him. They followed him, shouting his name. They touched his hunting bag with joy. Elders blessed him. They placed hands on his head. They prayed for his strength to never fail. Women admired him secretly. They peeped from behind doors. They smiled when he passed. Young, beautiful women wished to marry him. Some adjusted their wrappers when he walked by. Some pretended to fetch water just to see him. Some followed him with their eyes until he disappeared. Yet Ola was humble. He greeted elders properly, bending low. He knelt to greet old women. He spoke softly, even with his strength. He helped old women carry firewood. He fixed broken roofs. He escorted people at night when fear was strong. Whenever danger came to the village, Ola was the first to stand up. Strong, handsome, fearless. Ola was loved by all. But fate was watching, quietly, patiently, waiting for the right moment. Despite his fame, Ola lived a simple life. He did not build a big house. He did not wear expensive clothes. He ate the same food as everyone else. Whenever Ola returned from the forest with plenty of meat, he shared it with his neighbors. He gave some to widows. He gave some to the elderly. No house was left out. He never bragged. He never spoke proudly of his strength. When people praised him, he only smiled. He never cheated anyone. He never used his power to oppress others. He never collected more than his share. Because of this, people trusted him. They slept peacefully when he was around. His parents were proud of him. His mother prayed for him every morning. She poured water on the ground and called his name. She asked the ancestors to protect him. "You have brought honor to our house," his father often said. "Our name is respected because of you." But not everyone was at peace. Some elders watched Ola with worried eyes. They spoke to him in low voices, far from listening ears. "The forest has secrets," one elder warned. "It is older than all of us." Another added, "Not everything beautiful is meant to be touched. Some things shine only to test the heart." They told him stories of hunters who entered the bush and never returned. Stories of men who followed strange beauty and lost their way. Ola listened. He smiled. He nodded in respect. But in his heart, he believed in courage. He trusted his strength. He trusted his experience. The forest had never defeated him before. One evening, Ola entered the forest alone. The sun was still high when he left the village. Birds sang loudly. The path was familiar. His heart was calm. He walked deeper into the forest, past the tall trees, past old hunting paths, past places where animals usually gathered. He walked far, very far. Hours passed. He searched all day. He followed footprints. He He listened for movement. He waited patiently, but no animal appeared. No rustling in the bushes, no sound of hoofs, no cry of fear, only silence. The forest felt different, too quiet, too still. Slowly, the sun began to sink. Shadows grew longer. The light turned weak. Night fell. Darkness covered the forest like a cloth. The moon hid behind clouds. The wind stopped blowing. Ola's legs became weak. His shoulders felt heavy. Sweat dried on his skin. His stomach growled loudly. The sound echoed inside him. Hunger beat him like a wild dog, sharp, painful, unforgiving. For the first time in many years, Ola had no bushmeat. No antelope, no grasscutter, nothing. His heart felt heavy. Confusion entered his mind. Tired and frustrated, he decided to return home. He turned back. He adjusted his hunting bag, and he began to walk carefully through the dark path. That was when he saw it. Something ahead, standing where nothing should be.
Along the lonely path stood a giant tree. It was taller than every other tree around it. Its roots spread across the ground like resting snakes. Its shadow covered the path completely. The forest around it was silent. No insects, no birds, no wind. Its branches spread wide, stretching into the dark sky. They twisted and crossed one another as if they were alive. Hanging from the branches were strange fruits. They glowed softly under the moonlight. Not bright, but enough to catch the eyes. The fruits were ripe, golden, smooth, attractive. They looked fresh, as if they had been waiting. Ola stopped. His heart beat faster. His feet refused to move forward. He had hunted in this forest since childhood. He knew every path, every river, every old tree. Yet he had never seen this tree before, not once. Something about it felt strange. The air around it felt heavy. His skin tingled. His spirit felt uneasy. He remembered the elders' words. He remembered the warnings. But hunger spoke louder than wisdom. His stomach twisted. His mouth filled with saliva. Just one, Ola said to himself. Only one will not harm me. Slowly, he stepped closer. The tree did not move. The fruits did not fall. He stretched his hand. His fingers touched a fruit. It was warm. He plucked one fruit, then another. Nothing happened. Relief washed over him. He bit into the fruit. The taste was sweet, too sweet, sweeter than honey, softer than ripe mango. The juice ran down his chin. His hunger cried out for more. He ate again and again. He ate until his hunger rested, until his stomach felt full, until his strength returned. Satisfied, Ola wiped his mouth. He tied the remaining fruit in his bag. He adjusted his weapon. Then he continued his journey home. Behind him, the giant tree stood quietly, watching. The forest had already made its choice. After a few steps, Ola slowed down. His legs felt heavy, as if the ground was pulling him back. Suddenly, his stomach twisted painfully. The pain came like fire. It burned inside him. It turned and squeezed. Cold sweat covered his body. It ran down his face. His clothes became wet. "What is happening to me?" he whispered. Fear entered his heart. He held his belly tightly and tried to walk faster. Each step felt harder than the last. His chest tightened. It felt like something heavy sat on it. His breath became heavy,
short, broken. He stopped. He bent forward, trying to catch his breath. His head began to spin. The forest around him blurred. Then, suddenly, a sharp pain rushed through his mouth. It was fast. It was violent. It felt like knives cutting inside his throat. Ola staggered. He dropped his weapon. His bag fell from his shoulder. He grabbed a tree to support himself, but his hands shook. His mouth burned. His tongue felt strange, heavy, numb. He tried to scream. He opened his mouth wide. He forced out all his strength. But what came out was not a voice. It was not human. It was something else, something wrong, and the forest listened. From Ola's mouth, small branches burst out. They pushed through his lips. They tore through his teeth. Blood mixed with sap. From his nose, leaves, green, fresh, growing fast. From his ears, twigs. They cracked as they came out. His ears stretched and hardened. From his eyes, thin vines. They crawled out slowly, covering his face, blocking his sight. Ola cried inside his heart, but no tears fell. His eyes were no longer human. His skin hardened. It changed color, from flesh to brown, from soft to rough. His chest stopped moving. His ribs widened. His body grew taller. His legs rooted into the ground. Roots broke through his feet. They dug deep into the soil. They held him tightly. Ola struggled. He fought with all his strength. His body shook. His heart pounded wildly. He tried to run, but his feet refused to move. The earth had already claimed him. His arms stretched outward, longer, thicker. They became branches, reaching into the night sky. His fingers cracked and split. They turned into bark, hard, cold, lifeless. Ola tried to call his father. He tried to call his mother. He tried to call the village, but no sound came. Before he could scream for help, Ola was no longer a man. His thoughts slowed. His breath stopped. His voice disappeared. He had become a tree, a tall, silent tree, standing alone on the lonely path, with fruits hanging quietly, waiting. And the forest remained calm, too calm. Villagers returning from night errands froze in fear. They were coming back from the stream. Some carried water pots, some carried firewood, some walked in groups, talking softly. Then they saw it. A tall shadow stood across the path. Someone stopped suddenly. Another dropped a calabash. "Is that Ola?" someone shouted. The voice shook. Fear followed the words. People moved closer, slowly, carefully. Moonlight fell on the tree. People screamed. Women covered their mouths. Children cried loudly. Some ran away, throwing down what they carried. Their footsteps echoed into the night. Others fell to the ground, crying. They beat their chests. They called the names of their ancestors. "Ha! This is not good. This is evil. What has happened in our land?" Where Ola once stood, a massive tree now stood. Fresh, alive, rooted in the village soil. Its bark was still soft. Its leaves were green and shining. Its branches spread wide, as if reaching out. People looked closely. The tree stood exactly where Ola usually passed. The height, the strength, the shape. Fear entered their bones. Beside the tree lay Ola's hunting bag. His weapon rested near the roots. His footprints stopped there. No path forward, no path back. The truth began to sink in. The village went silent. No drum sounded. No dog barked. No child laughed.
Only the tree stood quietly, and the night held its breath. Ola's parents rushed out of their house. They did not wear shoes. They did not carry light. Fear pushed them forward. His mother saw the tree and screamed. The scream tore the night. "My son! My only son!" Her voice broke. It turned weak. It turned into crying. She ran to the tree. She beat her chest. She fell to the ground. She held the trunk tightly. She pressed her ear against it. "Ola, answer me," she cried. "Ola, speak to your mother." But there was no voice. His father stood still for a moment, his eyes fixed on the tree. His hands trembled. Then he fell on his knees. Tears rolled down his face. He poured sand on his head. His shoulders shook with pain. "My son," he whispered, "the pride of my house." Ola's siblings rushed forward. They cried loudly. They held the tree's trunk with both hands. They touched the bark. It was warm. Not cold, not dead. Warm. As if blood still flowed inside. As if breath still moved deep within. As if Ola was still alive inside. They called his name again and again. They begged. They cried. But he could not speak. He could not move. No hand came out. No voice answered. Only leaves shook gently in the night. Ola was trapped. His body gone. His spirit awake. His pain unheard. The tree stood there, silent, listening, holding his suffering inside. And the night grew heavier. The elders gathered at dawn. The sky was still gray. Morning mist covered the village. No one laughed. No one greeted another. Old men walked slowly to the open square. Their walking sticks touched the ground softly. Their faces were heavy with sorrow. They stood before the tree. They looked at the branches. They looked at the fruits. They shook their heads in pain. Some elders closed their eyes. Some whispered prayers. Some wiped tears from their cheeks. One old priest stepped forward. His back was bent. His hair was white like ash. His voice was slow and deep. "That tree bears forbidden fruit," he said. His words fell like stones. "It belongs to the spirits of the forest. It is not planted by human hands." The people listened quietly. Fear filled the air. "No human must eat it," the priest continued. "Not even the strongest, not even the bravest." He raised his hand toward the tree. "Those who do," he paused, "lose their human form." A low cry rose from the crowd. Women wept loudly. Men bowed their heads in shame. Children held their mothers tightly. The truth became clear. The elders remembered old stories, stories told by their grandfathers, stories of hunters who vanished, stories of paths that must never be crossed. The village mourned. Drums were silent. Fireplaces burned low. Songs of joy turned into songs of sorrow. They realized too late. Strength is not enough. Courage is not enough. Even the bravest man must obey ancient laws. And the forbidden tree stood quietly among them, unchanged, its fruits still glowing softly as the sun rose higher. Years passed. Seasons came and went. Rain fell. Sun burned the land. Harmattan wind blew dust across the village. The tree still stood in the village, strong, silent, unmoving. Its roots went deep into the soil. Its branches stretched wide into the sky. Its fruits still glowed softly at night.
no one touched it. Children grew up hearing warnings. Mothers pointed at the tree and shook their heads. Do not go near it. Do not pluck its fruit. Do not joke with the forest. Children nodded in fear. They ran past it. They never played under its shade. Travelers stopped to hear the story. They sat quietly as elders spoke. Some travelers shivered. Some prayed silently. Some left offerings before continuing their journey. Elders used the tree as a lesson. They gathered the young men and spoke carefully. Courage without wisdom leads to destruction. Hunger should never defeat caution. Not everything beautiful is meant for humans. They told them about Ola, how strong he was, how kind he was, how loved he was. They spoke of his pride, his bravery, and his one mistake. Sometimes when the wind blew softly, the leaves of the tree rustled gently. Some said it sounded like a sigh. Others said it was a cry. But the tree never moved. It never spoke. And so the story of Ola the brave hunter became a warning for generations. A man loved by all, a hero of the forest, a son every parent prayed for, who ate the forbidden fruit and became a tree forever. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel to watch more of our amazing stories. Like, share, and drop your comment below.